Hi, Marissa again. I decided to do another video vlog thing, mainly because this one is supposed to be about academic adjustments, and that has absolutely no pretty pictures. And what's the point of reading a blog if you can't get to put in all those lovely pictures being like, look, I'm in England. Yeah, that was, wow. Okay, I'm gonna try and stop doing that. um, so, basically, some academic adjustments that I've noticed here are is are it, gonna restart. They're a lot more independent here. In the sense that they don't really take attendance very often in class. They, which is weird because I think I had one class in all of my time at New Paltz. Well, my 3 semesters at New Paltz that didn't take attendance. So that was a little odd. Um, the classes are an hour long, but sometimes. So I'm taking 3 classes here. They're each worth 4 credits. My first class is a sociology class, and the way it's broken up is it has an hour lecture and then an hour seminar. And the lecture is it's a lecture. The professor has slides up and they talk and you take notes. And then but it's not really a lot of like back and forth. You don't really like answer questions. Sometimes you do, but not really. And then the seminar is like there. I think there are like 3 or 4 seminars for my class, and you're each just like everyone is assigned a specific seminar, and then so like it's like a group of I think it's supposed to be about like 20. It's not, only like 10 people show up, but which is weird because the seminar is the only place to take attendance. So, sorry, it irritates me. It's like, why wouldn't you go? Never mind. But so there's that, which is a little odd to me. I'm used to like the hour and 15-minute classes twice a week. I have a psychology class that is from 11 to 1, and that's like just the mix of like kind of, it's mainly just lecture, but there's a lot more interaction with the professor than in the other class. And then the other one I'm taking is British Life and Culture, which is a study abroad class, so that's just kind of like a free for all where we all just talk back and forth. They also have very relaxed relationships with their professors, which I like. I was told that when I came here that like you had to be so careful because they treat their professors with like the utmost respect, and you're not supposed to address the professor by their first name. You always call them professor or sir or doctor. No. All my professors have requested I address them by their first name. It's weird. At New Paltz, I only have like 2 professors or 2 adult, like real adult, not like college kids, that I really call by their first names. Besides that, I say professor or I call them by their last name. Like I had a professor, Professor Staple. We would sometimes call him Staple. I would never call him Hamilton. That's so weird to me. But here, I have one of my classes is taught by Ellie. Her full name's Eleanor. I know where she lives. They're very, very open, and whenever I addressed the professor by sir, and he looked at me like I'd grown another head, and he's like, "Are you from America?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was weird. Um, but besides that, the weirdest and hardest, well, sorry about weird. I don't mean weird, but the oddest thing to me and the hardest thing for me is the way they grade. So they do everything like there's like 0 to 70, but it's 70 to 100. So it's like 0 to 100, but a failing grade is a 40 instead of a 65. And then a 70 is like an A. But so they have this huge range of A's, but it's really, really, really hard to get an A. I don't get it. I just don't. It's so difficult for me to understand because back home at New Paltz, I have a 4.0, so I've gotten straight A's, and I would love if I could keep my straight A's because I worked really hard for them, and I don't want to lose them here. But from what I can tell, like you have to have everything perfect. It's like getting like the equivalent, I guess, of us getting like an A++, which doesn't actually exist now that I've said that. Good. But anyway, it's like perfection, which is weird to me because it's 30 points range. So that was just odd. Also because their classes are structured where you, it's hard to explain. We have majors at home. Here they have majors, but they're like called tracks or courses. It's a course. You're on a course. And then you start preparing for that in high school with your A levels, which is like the last 2 or 3 years of high school. You get to choose what you take, but you take like 3 different subjects basically, and you focus on those, and then you can determine, yes, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's kind of like freshman year of college back home. And then so then they come in prepared, and then they start their college classes, and they have to take certain college classes. But they don't have like GEs like we do. So it's a lot more structured and kind of boxed in, sort of. Like they don't really have a lot of freedom to say like, "Ooh, you know what? I want to take a women's gender and sexuality course." No, unless you're that course. Like you can't really take other classes to supplement like we do at home. Every once in a while you just kind of take a class for fun. They don't really have that here, which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of sad. But besides that, there was something else. So I've discovered that for my 3 classes, I'm pretty in one of them, one essay is going to determine my entire grade. 100% of my grade is on one essay, which is so hard for me to wrap my mind around. It's like, I'm going to be slaving away at that essay for like 5 weeks. I'm going to send it to every single person I know and be like, edit this, find mistakes, fine. Because if I get something below a 70, I will just be so angry if I get a B or a C. Oh, I would never get a C. Sorry, that was really condescending. But a B on one essay, and that would it would kill me. But it's weird because in that class we then have a mock exam, which is like just an essay you write, but it doesn't count towards anything and it gets peer graded. And then we also have a presentation, but that doesn't count for anything either. You just get feedback. I wish they counted for things, and my grade could be spread out. And in psych, I think that it might be 1 test that determines my whole grade, maybe 2. I think it's just 1. British Life and Culture, it's structured for study abroad students, so we have 2 field trip essays we have to do, and then like a final research paper, and then a final test thing, and I think it's like 10 multiple choice questions, and then like a short essay. So that's comforting because I'm used to that. I can work with that. But also the reason that we don't have many grading opportunities is because unlike unlike what in New Paltz, I guess in America in general. Sorry, we have here classes or courses. No, it's not courses. Modules. Modules. That's what they call their classes. Modules are year-long, not half a year like we do. Like we do semester per semester. Here it's a year-long module. I keep saying course, but course is their major. It's confusing. So yeah, there's that. So like they'll have the same module for the whole year, and thus they have more grading opportunities. But since we're only here for half a year, we don't have that. They also switch professors. They have like a module leader, and then a bunch of module professors, or module lecturers, I think they're called. So you'll walk into class, and like every few weeks, you'll get a new professor, which is kind of cool because like if you don't like one professor, the way they teach, you get a new one. I find it kind of difficult because for me, it's more difficult to like get a grasp on like get into like a rhythm of learning, which sounds weird. I'm a huge note taker, like literally every single page filled. Kind of sad. But so if I get like into a rhythm of a professor, I get what they want. I know how they structure things. It's easier for me to take my ridiculous amount of notes. But I'm getting used to the changes here. I think there was like one other thing I wanted to say. It's going really well. Oh, professors they're nice and everyone's a lot more independent. Oh, sorry, my computer's falling. But they're reachable by email and everyone's really nice and they're very like casual when they talk to you, which sounds casual has now become a word that like everyone uses. But I mean in the actual sense where people are casual and the professors will chit chat with you about their lives. So it's kind of similar to what I experienced in the honors program back at New Paltz, where it's classes of about 15 kids and we become really close with our professors because your professor treats you like an equal, which almost all the professors I've encountered here have treated me like an equal, which I really like because it's I wouldn't call it refreshing because that's what I'm used to at New Paltz in the honors program. That's what I've come to expect. But yeah, so it was just it's really nice. It's nice to not be talked down to, and also British accents are great. So your professor automatically sounds like 100 times more smart because they say things like, "Oh, really? This is how this happens," and in the brain when you're using corticosteroids and all that. I just mumbled those words, but yeah, that was my attempt at a British accent. So sorry, but so they sound so much smarter. So you're like, "Oh my god, you're the coolest person ever. You're so smart." And then they tell you about their dog, and how like their dog won't stay on their leash nicely, and it's like, oh, cool. So it's really nice to be treated like that. I'm getting used to the independence thing. Like I thought we were so independent at college in America. We're not. We're so not. Our professors hold our hands. We get participation points. That is not a thing here. I miss that. I miss attendance points. Like 5% of your grades on attendance. Like I am really good at showing up places and sitting down. One of my special skills. I'm gonna end this because I think that I'm just rambling now and you guys don't want to hear this. Alright, so, sorry I've been so scattered with my, things. I've been trying to write, there's just so much that's happened. It's so hard to, like, find the time to, like, sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna, chronologue? Yes. I'm gonna, like, doesn't sound right. Whatever. I'm gonna, like, write this out and do all this, and I have all these great plans, and they never come to fruition. But I went to Scotland a few weeks ago. It was amazing, gorgeous country, hysterical tour guide. We went to me and the group of kids that went on the tour. We went to a tartan, which is the kilt pattern, the plaid crosses thing. We went to a tartan toga party at Loch Ness, and it was karaoke. It was great. We got into a karaoke battle with Australians. It was hysterical. It was absolutely hysterical. I went to Greenwich, London, of course. Went to like Windsor Castle, Southall, Gurdwara, which I talked about in my last vlog. Kind of, I mentioned that I was going there. It's an amazing place. We learned about the Sikh religion. Gorgeous, gorgeous temple, and the most opening, accepting, loving religion I've ever seen. And it was just really, really amazing and incredible to witness that. So I'm really glad. See. Oh, my parents are coming this weekend tomorrow actually. They're coming to visit me, so that's really, really exciting. I'm gonna hopefully make a vlog or a blog. Yes, vlog or a blog about that, and the places we go, and kind of like just because we're going to the theater. We're seeing Book of Mormon, which very American, but we're doing that. And I'm also going to Parliament on Monday with my class. So you're not allowed to take pictures, so I might make a vlog about Parliament and how it's different from our House and Senate and that, because I also have visited Washington D.C. and have toured like the Senate and the House, so I've experienced that firsthand. So I think it'll be really interesting to like compare it to the British system. And Whoa, I've been talking for 15 minutes. Jesus. Sorry. All right. Well, that's all for now. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.